I think that the Iranian regime doesn't want the nuclear weapon to use it, but because it's considered as a precondition to be treated as a superpower. And this is essential because it's an historical factor. Since the prestigious empire of Persia, via the Shah, until the Islamic regime, it has always been the focal, the central obsession of Iran. We want to be treated as a big power, the kind of power you need when you want to broker a global arrangement at the regional level. Please give us a seat at the table of the haves and of the powerful. That's the key. If we think that provided they have the nuclear weapon at any moment, they are ready and they are eager to launch a missile toward Tel Aviv or toward Riyadh, I think it doesn't make sense, because they are perfectly aware that in that case the retaliation would be more than terrible. So again, it's an instrument for a general bargain or blackmail, if you prefer, but it's not something seen as a practical tool for tomorrow's politics. This crisis reveals deep cracks in the heart, in the essence of the regime. I take just one example. As we all know, the prominent character of the political scene in Iran is not Mr. Ahmadinejad, in spite of his visibility. It's the guide, the supreme guide, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Ali Khamenei was, as such, as a successor of Imam Khomeini, was a taboo. What happened after June 2009 is that among the more aggressive slogans aimed at the regime, you had explicit criticism and sometimes rude criticism of the guide. And I think that it's impossible that the Supreme Guide recaptures the kind of prestige of aura he was supposed to enjoy as the successor of the late Imam. So this is one thing. And now the debate about what they call in Persian velayat-e fakhri, which is the dogma on which is built the prominence of religion on politics, basically, and even if I simplify a little bit, it's now in the open. It's openly discussed. I feel in most of the Western countries a certain amount of disappointment. Well, it failed. The Green Movement is over. It's not. I would say, but paradoxically enough, that it would have been a catastrophe for the Green Movement to prevail on stage after the election because of the deep divisions inside. All these people, they precisely know what they do not want. They don't really know what they want, at least what they want together. In the same crowd, you have people who want to save the Islamic Revolution. Then you have also pro-Western, liberal. Then you have people who have been disappointed by Ahmadinejad, the guy who promised to bring the money of oil on the family table and who didn't really deliver. Now, so it's so contrasted. It's so, there's such a diversity. It's so heterogeneous that it's very difficult to make something political out of all this. So it's obviously the weakness of the movement, but somehow it's also the strength of the movement. But any revolutionary movement needs at one point an incarnation, an embodiment by someone. And I'm not sure that the casting is perfectly fit at the moment. So we will probably see in the coming years emerging leaders of another generation.